Hey, this is Time Bomb, and if it's your first time checking out the channel, hit that subscribe button to catch all the updates. Thanks a lot for joining me here today. I'm going to do a video breaking down how I use the 3-4 cover 4 to stop the run and the pass. So please give this video a like, that helps out the channel so much. So I am using the Bears playbook for their 3-4 for no real reason. I just started using it, and that's what I'm in, and I call 3-4 like 100% of the time, I guess, lately. So I haven't needed any other defenses. So I'm going to use that cover 4 drop show 2 here and show you what I'm using, how I'm setting it up, how I'm using it and setting it up to stop some different defenses. So first of all, we'll start off with something a little heavier, like this stretch alert kind of thing. So what I do is I always have it set up on auto flip off base to base align. That's what the alignment that I just like out of the 3-4, so that I can just kind of set it up really balanced, so I can kind of stop if they run either way with slight adjustments, just basically based on if it's the left side of the field or the right side of the field. So I have them base aligned there, and what I do is I pinch the D line and I spread out the linebackers. Then I move my safety right into the box here, move him right down there. And then I move my other safety like right here inside the linebacker, and I just sit there basically like that, and I put them into hard flats. That's it. So that's my look for it right there. It's just to pinch the line, bring them in the box. Very simple setup, but with my user basically, so I know here as well that they're going to be running to the left, so I just watch the linebacker and just follow him. And holding both controllers, it was tough, but I would just watch him, and if he cuts back, I'm going to cut back as well. Let's try this out again. So base the line first of all, because it's not auto set up. Then pinch the D line, spread the linebackers, move your safety right in here, move your other safety right there, and I always use that safety for me personally. Then once you watch him, just go and just follow him, and boom, you should be able to shut down most runs. You're going to have like 3 guys usually breaking through. Sometimes you get the sheds on the line, so they just fly right in here, and I'll try a blast kind of running the other way here, and we'll show you. So you get base a line, and then you pinch the D line, spread those linebackers out. You see, this time, let's say they're on the right side of the field, I would put my safety more to the middle, and I would put my user to the other side. Kind of, so just depending, if there's more wide side of the field to the left, then I'm going to put my guy more in position that way. So a lot of times what happens here when they do run towards my user, I'm going to kind of want to get aggressive with it at first and really follow through with it if I can make a play. But if not, then I'm going to want to kind of cut back and play defense. I'm going to snap the ball. See, I cut forward, I get blocked. But he had to reverse direction because I guess it was too closed off there and didn't want to cut that way, and kind of just letting the auto run happen as it is. So just using that simple setup again, base a line, pinch the D line, spread the linebackers, and moving your safeties into the box and using the one of them just to help with that run support. Great job shutting down. Linebackers are going to get the sheds and get in there. You're really there just to help, shoot the gap, maybe blow it up in the backfield if you can, get over to the far side of the field to help them so it doesn't become a big run. And that's the key to shutting down the run out of the 3-4. That's what I'm doing anyway, and having a lot of success with it and getting them into passes. And then once I'm in the pass play, this is how I'm going to set up the 3-4 to defend the cover 4 drop show 2. I have a couple different setups for it depending on what my opponent is doing here. So let's start with something that is pretty popular for the beginning of the game, but maybe not so much now. This bunch verts play, which people have a couple different. I only send it with 3 routes when I do it, but I would say a lot of times people are sending the 4 route. It's pretty much stock like this. They're going to motion that drag over there. So, or not the drag, they're going to motion the wheel route to the right side of the field and snap it kind of on that motion. So start the same way. We're base aligning. We're going to pinch the D line and spread the linebackers. For this specifically against bunch, I would do it this way because I know that the right side of the field is more dangerous. So if I was like absolutely sure that they were going to run this verts, I might man up the linebacker. But I'd say generally I'm putting that middle linebacker into a deep blue. I have Shazier, and then I man up my other safety on B, knowing that he's probably going to get open over there, and then I'm just basically going to watch either the tight end or the RB route, depending on, who he throws to. As well, I'm going to put these in hard flats again and blitz this middle linebacker here. So I have one linebacker who's in the deep blue. The other linebacker is blitzing usually out of the 3-4. So I like to send 4 at the QB. I think I use Tuttle right now in that spot to blitz. I was using David before actually too because he was pretty versatile. I could either, even man him up. He's good in a spy, decent in zone, like just manning up like the running back or the tight end, not a wide receiver. And if he was, only because he would just run in an area basically, and just so if they threw it in that area at that time, he might make a play on it. Otherwise, he's not going to kind of cover anyone past like 10 yards. He's going to get beat. But that's like a basic setup here to stop bunch because so then what you have to do is basically either use the tight end running that little like wheel route inside or the RB if he's breaking over. And I think I would probably if that's why I could kind of like man up one of them, I would man up RB and then just use the tight end, and usually that does a decent job because then over on this side of the field, this deep blue should be in the area at least as well if he does throw RB coming back, so you might be able to make a play on it. Pressure should probably get in there depending how many he sends. So let's take a look at it here. I'm going to send this on motion. See, he's going to try to throw RB, and I couldn't make the play with the 2 controllers, but you can see he was generally in the area if I could make the play on RB. And then the other way is if he's going to throw to A. So control baseline. But the most dangerous part of it is the wheel route, though, because if you can shut out those ones, then you come over, and then if he tries to throw A, so you just kind of cut over. Yeah, that was pretty good with the 2. He had him open, and you can kind of cut over, so you can kind of pick RB, and if you see him throw A, cut over there and maybe get a lurk on that, make a play on it. You could click onto A if he, depending where he is in the deep, and maybe be able to come over with him as well. But you can see you can generally the main route that you're trying to shut off that is the RB, and you're basically able to shut it down. So the other way that you see a lot is out of a trips here. So I'm just gonna audible over to like a verticals. Same thing. I'm gonna base a line, pinch the D line, spread the linebackers, blitz my middle linebacker. But this is where we get a little bit different. I'm gonna man up the safety on the B because typically they're running routes that are going like across the field, and then I'm gonna man up the tight end with A, put them in hard flats, and maybe man up the running back with RB. Just because it's adding an extra guy basically. If he does run, a lot of times he blocks with it, and so it's just adding someone there, and then you've got more support with the deep blue over there. You could even put X into a deep half because you just basically he can cover both of those routes over there, I think. So depending what they're doing. So what am I even here? I'm just in a verts play here, so I would just be kind of watching. Let's take a look here. So you see the tight end's covered basically. He's going to be running, usually they're going to be running a drag or some sort of corner route. So the tight end should be able to at least keep up and look like it's covered, at least with the AA. B is typically running a streak or like kind of cutting over. So that's why he might kind of look open, but by the time you throw it, B is going to be really breaking on that with the man coverage, getting over there. So a lot of times he can make a play on it. And then I just cover Y or X basically, depending how it's looking. And I've got a hard flat underneath as well. If they kind of go for some sort of like out route in there, the hard flat might get there, but a lot of times you do have to switch to something else. If there's someone really trying to abuse me on the out routes, then I'll get into some soft squats maybe on the outside with like a pinch dog 2 press, I think is the play that I'm using to adjust there. But yeah, generally here, see someone coming, so then I'm just watching with Y up there. See B maybe has a chance, but by the time he throws it, you can see that the outside quarter there is also kind of in place. This is another thing too. You could put them in deep halves to kind of help you play both the middle and the outside a bit more. That's just kind of half dozen to one, 12 to the other. But those are basically the setups. And then depending what someone's doing, if they're abusing you over the middle of the field, you might start using a spy out there, something like that, and just kind of watching over the middle and seeing who you have to cover, the seams, and then cutting back with having that spy there a lot of times can just knock balls down. If the QB wants to run, there's a lot of VIX out there now, you can stop that. And yeah, I mean, basically that's the setup. All you just need to do is just depending on the play, decide who do you want to man up between. Do you want to just put the tight end in a man up situation on someone? It's not the tight end. The linebacker manning up the tight end or maybe a receiver, who may be running a drag or something like that? Do you want to man him up or put him into a deep middle? Because if you man him up on someone, then you are going to have to cover the deep middle yourself, because you can get burned on a deep post route if you're not watching for that. That can beat anyone you have manned up. So that's why the deep middle is key, and having 3 deep blues to give you some coverage deep in the field. If I'm only using 2, then I have to be the third one. So that's the one thing to consider. And then manning up your safety on just a dangerous receiver. A lot of times it'll be someone who has maybe a star power. If there's like some tight end who's got some ability or X factor where he is burning me, then I might start manning up my safety on him rather than on a wide receiver. And that's just what I'm doing. So that's kind of how I'm approaching things and adjusting out of it. And I'm having a lot of success with the 3-4 doing that, changing it into this sort of weird hybrid cover 3 thing, sometimes cover 2 with a deep. It's a very unusual look, I know, but it does a good job, especially if people do sort of RPOs. You can have guys in position there to make a play pretty quickly on them. So it's been working out for me really well. You do have to shoot it. If they do an RPO on your user side, though, you typically do have to shoot that yourself and get ready to get over to stop it from breaking off. But generally, working out really well for me using this defense. So let me know what you think of it. If you have any questions, and thanks a lot for checking out this video. Put a like on it. I've been Time Bomb. You guys are awesome. I will catch you later. Boom, boom.